In the imaginations of many people, writers sit in a garret and they derive their brilliance from their refusal of the workaday world. They live in big cities without mundane concerns, and they can write furiously all day in cafes and then argue passionately into the night with their friends. But what if that isn't your life? What if you're trying to write in a more lonely environment, trying to create in a small community? Beginner artists can sometimes talk themselves out of developing an artistic practice because their surroundings don't fit any picture of artistic life that they've ever seen. But the truth about most writers' lives is much more complicated and much more interesting. Writers create art not despite the world's presence, but because they live in the world and because the world works on them. Out of Line is a book about how to begin functioning as an artist. If you haven't been raised with the idea that art is something that people you know make, and therefore is makeable by you, what would it look like to nurture art making as an active practice? It's also a book about starting and continuing as a writer outside of a large urban center. How to begin at the beginning when your background is artistically inauspicious, when you are out of line with your family, your class, your background, and all the big events happening elsewhere. This is a book about working with, not despite your uncool background, and about all the barriers, naysayers, reasons to write and not to write that you may encounter along the way.